String theologies.
You, an iron blacksmith, brand me incandescent.
Ray of wieldable light, which must bend.
Finger tuned to conduct the antiphonal electric.
Guitar strings. 4. Geometric ventricles of your mouth.
Tempura, 5 tonic roots, down-pitched the plucked throat.
The wing veins of your eyelashes. The stem of your pupil lapses.
Of faint whispers, marathons of glass timber. There I saw your pre-image.
In the sky's harp breath. Your voice, a song flying concentric vertices.
Weaved wood molded to the sweat's will. Secrets held bridged in your knuckles.
What I know and what I name is a bird trapped between your syntactic mirrors.
When I stay and when I claim symbiotic thumbprint to its home, my hip.
Exile is also home, if my hand remains immortal in your amber hallucination.
Prismed in by the cradle of your neck, sea salt in blood-bitten lips.
Sweat stem, pillow bells. I kneel at your waist without a shadow to name.
Dismemberment of realization of one's own. The poem is the immortal growth in, a requiem for such a scandalous body, tucks the fingernail in repetitive orgasms. Writing is the birth of a bloodshed, a privilege to believe in pain as an offering as a sacrifice. Witness the marks, the testimony, and lubricate the fingers to tie the gone, sulfur, and ornate with ink into time knots. This is no lament for forgiveness, but an opening of the rind. Feet tread the earth to welcome the harvest of women, synonymous to a name. Pain is the first note that is sung in melisma, to rein the cattle in. The funeral rides the hips of a pimped dream, to be loved and loved by the 4 cardinals. Water of the south irrigates and rakes my feet deeper into the east soil. This dance wind erodes the ground to attempt another hibernation of the west. All depths I chain to unsanctioned directions, so the north ignites my scalp on fire, burns the hills in full-colored spring chocolate. I was alone for the first bind, and my grandmother on her last. I am shipwrecked on the shore with her in the ecstasy of gifts, of all the homes left virgin. Carnal desire to be consumed by the needle of direction's mouth, the moth, the moon's butterfly's death to flight. Craters, for a kiss on the edges of the mouth closes in, limits for perennial tongues. Her gunshot of a wing lands on the cheekbone as a warning. A warning smells like cacao, an offering, pouring the last blank in-game. Time is limited. Each vein exhales slower every time I visit, and Borges' wolf captures the scent of delicious relics, my olfactory memories, illicit transcriptions in penumbra, the capital crime of charcoal, and the pen. My condemnation chases my tailbone. The pelvis is a cauldron of melted mercury, once the sweat of twilight. Fish lick the rocks holy and coats my heart, hunting for survival. Semi-brief work song.
The farmer, neglected from harvest, prays on the night you were born for.
Knows when the moon cycles in respite, pluck lunares on your wrists.
Despair is the earth in search for a name to sow. Yours, a single accent, field.
Fond elements re-rake. War is a forgery to linger with blood. Peacetime in your temple.
Red reed, red seed is the water sweets. Earth starved for a spiral bleed. The heart's great plain.
Scraped by the eye-winged blade. Aromas peeled for your tea. Lips I return to the field.
You see my memory steeds and the silence between birds and their parting wings toward
Troy's mouth gaze. The pages shared lips. Traitorous butterfly does not know home.
the cardamom split green teeth. I march to roaches' bitter wrists, to next season's survival.
In waiting I rapture in anise drapes, hibernate in your cavum's kratom.
Patience, finally, for your spiral odor, your carbonated veins of sweet moongrain.
Steeped the reap's brew, the day you cut your hair full-mooned. I search for you, I dissolve.
I thought I knew what I wanted. Mounting verse over verse, brick over brick, to fashion an outline of home. Hell, music was my first secret. I tied my chest with condensed horsehairs, so my heart would sound like a violin, or a woman while she wept. Harmony was sensing the next apocalypse. Harmony is here. I am in the ecstasy of apocalypse, and all I do is play. The subject of my vinyl's muse. All I am is the vessel for harmonics heaven. Proof is what she says. Miss Harmony, Miss Verse, lay the subject of me in this anthem. I'm only someone in the subject of her sensitivity. I am only alive when the angels are loud, sitting beside me as a shadow with cymbals for hands, whines and slurs up all my good trouble. I repeat history to myself as a way of seeing. I wear a cloak of constellation caricatures, Venus, volume, verse, wake up, I'm only a ledger, a stone slab against the wrist of history's barrel. I track my life by the times a beautiful woman left her woes in my lap, and each time a new engravement formed on the record player of language, and each moan was a woman remaking the word over and over into song. I thought I wanted to be something invented, but now all I wish to do is repeat, unlike the clock and quite like the spiral. The rose's mouth turning inward again and again into a paste and then into a pearl, into a prayer bead, beats, bead, beats, bead, beats, into faith, into a verb. Harmony is sensing the next sound. You are the intuition of my eyes. Without you, I have no will. My only way is fear. I want to be more than the anguish which becomes the form of my heart, the hot lights of spite, which rings my history bells and rims the first original wheel of my record. I want to be the way light looks in the mirror as it burns. Pray to be a village of I from your verses. Pray to be the animal bone of your mouth. Pray to the bellied speaker of your throat. Oh, oh, the palm turning the front of the sun. You make sensation witness. I thought I wanted them to fear me. Now, I wish for you to hear me say, mouth creation myth.
Illness is the disorientation of temperature.
Entropy's erotic entanglement. Earth shifts.
Magma soul breaks blood-brain barrier and scorches
Out the tight stitch of the sky. The bird sounds.
their names on skin, makes relics.
Outline. The first cry. Orphanic. Oh, the open mouth.
The humid leaves create breath to birth vowels.
The original pebble. The skin before thread.
Warps bones of melted silk throats.
The body was once a scent of jasmine, mistaken for
A plucked petal wilting in an alabaster house.
the line break, mistaken for a prologue, mistaken for
A slash of the wrist, a stanza breaks the second.
into micro solos of ecstatic stars deploying,
Pulsed anise raps, gravity's first whisper.
angels scream as silence wraps around the keys.
They created mouths to smoke the teeth sand of the hourglass.
Time is an addict and smells of wilted roses.
His grandson's blood smears pink and cleans the cradle of his neck.
Inheritance is an emptied mouth, slurring slowly down the narrow throat.
Hallways of greed, I seeded a son at the end of
The record. There was only lightning.